Does your truck have this on it right here? If so, you should probably watch this video so you don't get stuck on the side of the road. So while I was changing the differential fluid on my F-150, I decided to take the spare tire out because I wanted a little bit of extra clearance so that I can see easier and have better access to the bolts. And to remove the spare tire on the F-150, you need to use your key. And your key you put within here in this slot and you turn it. And it's supposed to release this so you can have access to the mechanism that's above the spare tire so that you can drop it and get it out of the way. Without removing this, you can't get access to the spare tire. Now, while mine does look very clean, it is actually frozen and I can't turn it with the key. So I did spend a lot of time putting PB Blaster in it, letting it soak for a while, and it still hasn't freed up. So with that, we're gonna have to remove this and replace it. And we're gonna look at some options that we can replace it with. Now to remove it, it's not really that big of a deal. All you have to do is go in the back underneath the truck and there's an E-clip on it. You remove that E-clip, that little metal bracket will fall off and then you can just easily pull it out. And it comes out like this. So let's go ahead and take this in the garage. Let's look at the different options that we have to replace this and the trade-offs between them. So garage is a little bit of a mess, but you get the idea. So this is what we're gonna be looking at. This is the one that actually came out of the truck. So this one here, you can see, I mean, everything looks good on it, except for the back. You can see how corroded it is. And here's the plate that came off of it that essentially holds it into place, that spins, and it is no longer functioning. So without this, this doesn't work anymore. And since it is frozen, we can't really use it. Now you can buy replacements of these from Ford. The downside is you require a special key for it, and that key probably is not going to match the one that's in your ignition, so you can no longer just use your truck key for it. You'd have to keep a spare key within the truck, which really isn't an issue, but it's just one more thing you have to carry around. Now, one of these, I believe they're like $65 if you want to get another one, on the expensive side for just a cover. Now, option 2 is this. This is just a cover that goes over the back. You know, I haven't tried it out yet, but I'm going to try it out in a few minutes and we're going to get some feedback on it. It is 3D printed. I mean, there's no doubt about it. This kind of expensive, but they probably do work. Now, the downside to using something like this is it's just a cover and it's going to be harder to remove. It will make it a lot more difficult to use and get out. I haven't tried this out for a long-term test, but it probably would work. We'll go ahead and check fitment of it and see how it fits. So this here is something that almost mimics the Ford lock. It is much simpler. It doesn't require a key. So if you're not worried about having your spare tire locked up, this is an option for you. I'm not too worried about it. It's a spare tire. Mine is kind of a mess anyway. The rim is definitely rusted. So not too worried about someone stealing it. But for this, you can just put it in, twist it with a screwdriver, and you can close it into place and it should just hold it. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on my truck and see how it does. But I will say, with this one, you're encroaching on the price of having the locked one from Ford, so it's really a tough decision. Okay, so let's go ahead and try these out. Now for the first one, we're gonna try the plug and see how it fits. It should fit fine. I think the problem is just gonna be, oh man, that's gonna be tight in there. The problem is going to be when you're stuck on the side of the road, how do you actually get it out of your truck? See? Oh man, you can't push it out. Oh, there it goes. So it actually is removable. So with this in here, you can reach underneath and push on the back and it does come out. So surprised about that. It is a good, cheaper solution for this if you wanted to use it. Now the other one is this lock here, which is not weather tight like the Ford one, but should be able to just put it in and then twist. I feel like I'm gonna break my key when I do that. Okay, so maybe you need a flat-bladed screwdriver to do that. Okay, flat-bladed screwdriver. Yeah, this one's really hard to turn. Oh, okay. Okay, this one does work. The cover's a little flimsy. It looks like it's supposed to be here, but you do require the screwdriver to take it out. Really, all three of these are good options no matter which way you go. It really just comes down to your preference and what you have in your truck versus what you don't. This one definitely looks more original than the other. All right, well, I guess you get three options of how you want to do this. You can either replace it with the Ford one, which has the key. You can use this one that has the locking mechanism on it, and it requires a screwdriver, so it needs to keep a screwdriver in the truck. But if you're going to do this, and you might as well just use the Ford one, because if it freezes, you can use a screwdriver to get it out. And then the cap, I mean, if the cap can be removed by hand, it's not really an issue. A little bit of my worry would be, over time, does this deform or change colors? You know what, I'm gonna leave it in my truck for a little while, and I'll give you some feedback on how it does. I'll go ahead and link all these options down below if you wanna go ahead and try them and get them for your truck. But the one thing I will say is, just go ahead and make sure that your key here is free and you can remove it, because you don't wanna get stuck on the side of the road with a lock that's frozen and not being able to get your spare tire down. Thanks for tuning in this week on Smackey's Garage. I'll see you next time.